Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 5 of Savvy Slacking for Successful Parents. Today, we are going to talk about the difference between overgiving and right-sized giving. And today, the inspiration for today's challenge is from Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements, where he talked about the importance of doing your best, but that your best was like not your best ever, but like your best in that moment, on that day, in that situation. And even that your best didn't include depleting yourself. It didn't include like just doing your best, not more, until you're depleted and exhausted and all the things. And I think this is a vital topic for all parents, but especially women are socialized to reflexively put their kids' needs first. Reminds me of that quote, mother is a person who, upon seeing there are only 4 pieces of pie for 5 people, immediately announces that she never cared for pie. And I just want to call that out as some grade A level BS, okay? That denying our own needs and denying them so completely that our goal is to make other people feel comfortable about us not putting our own needs on the table, like that's what we're dialing down today. That is not right-sized giving. Right-sizing or giving and putting our own needs and wants back on the table, like the first step of that is to even know what you want to do versus what you feel like you should want to do or what others want you to do or what you're doing so that others will have a high opinion about you, okay? There are a lot of reasons that we do things that don't align with what we want to do. And women are especially socialized to act out of obligation or guilt or responsibility. So your wants may be driven by all kinds of things that like aren't really your wants. Really, they're culturally inculcated messages about what a good mom does. And that's exactly what we're going to loosen up starting today. So today's challenge is to just pick one thing, one task, one area where you're giving more than feels good to you and make a different choice. That could be taking the last cookie or asking your older kids to make lunch for their younger siblings or asking someone else to start the laundry. It could be taking a run in the middle of the day while it's still nice outside, our first nice day in like 10 days in Michigan. And if these examples are too easy for you, like don't hesitate to kick it up a notch. And I want to close today's video with a little aside. There were 2 articles in the New York Times this morning about workers not being allowed to wear protective clothing because it would scare, the first was retail workers, and their bosses were scared that, or were concerned that it would scare away shoppers. Okay, so imagine this: you're at Walgreens, one of the companies specifically called out, and you've got a mask, and you're not allowed to wear it at work because Walgreens is concerned about the shoppers. Like, let that sink in for a minute. And the other was in hospitals, which is like even more appalling. These clearly had to be like non-COVID-19 areas of the hospital, but they were concerned that it would scare patients away if these hospital workers were wearing protective gear. So not only were the companies not going to supply it, but even if people were able to procure their own, they weren't going to be allowed to wear it. What it calls to mind is that we need to build in our kids the ability to advocate for themselves and their needs by role modeling something as basic as us knowing ours. Like, it's not selfish as mothers, not that I think there's anything wrong with mothers being self-concerned, but on top of that, I think it's critical role modeling for us to teach our kids how to advocate for their own needs by advocating for our own needs. As always, I can't wait to hear how it goes. You can either email me directly or you can share in the Facebook group. All right, everybody, have fun.